there's a topic that we talked about a few times over our past year, and I think it kind of got brought up a little bit more, but about the G League and the NBA because they're having issues overall. They're getting paid. That's the issue.
Hmm.
They're not having. They're definitely getting paid,
Definitely
but
doing that.
the talent in the league, I wouldn't say it's top heavy either. Because the reason, and I wouldn't say top heavy because there's every team has pieces. I think every team has like some pieces, some young guys and whatnot. But a lot of the guys are young, but they're not developed in that degree, right? So if they would have stayed in college a little longer, or maybe stayed in the G League or whatnot, maybe they would have had more of an opportunity to be a little bit more elite or ready to play basketball in the NBA, but they haven't. And so the league is having to take a step back to develop these guys while they're sitting on the bench. They're not developing into superstars. Although for like the last five, if you go back even 10 years, most of the players that's in the league, they were like Instagram famous from high school.
Yeah.
Most of the guys like, man, he's projected to be the next big guy, but that's always been hype. What is your thoughts on the G League turning into almost like a farm system, like the Major League Basketball, Major League Baseball has turned the minor leagues into?
I mean that's always been the case for AAA and AA. It's been that pipeline to lead you up into the MLB. Now, granted, folks, kids still get drafted straight out of high school in MLB.
100%.
So you
100%.
know you can go straight from high school to AAA and you go right to the MLB. Especially if you like that. There's kids straight out of college go straight to the pros. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
happen every day, but there are those few. Or of course, you can't do that now with any other sports, but it is what it is. I guess you could say the real issue is it goes back to the more or less the kids not being taught proper basketball as it would be played
Mm-hmm.
on the in a pro level. I think that's why you see people like Jokic and Luka coming from, or even Melo coming from overseas, coming to the pros, coming to the NBA, and everybody's like, "Dang, these boys good," because one, they're kids playing against grown men. you know,
Mm-hmm.
we know Luka had been playing pro ball since what 17, and so
he
when he came
actually
over here, mm,
so there's an actual so he was picked up by Real Madrid at 13 to join their
yeah,
academy, their pro
yeah,
academy.
he
They
he
ended up,
been he playing pro academy since he was like middle school, but like pro ball he been playing since like 16, 17.
yeah.
So
So
by the
he
time he's 20 over here, he already got 4 years of pro ball experience playing against grown men, and that's different. And we talked about it. We sent that video back and forth. These college coaches, even now, when they wanting to win, they're not looking at high school kids. And
Well, we're not recruiting any high school basketball players. Not this year. We've already recruited Ruben, Lefty. Um, Come on, we're building from that. We're not this year. We're not even looking at a high school basketball player because we're losing Davon, Kadari, and Aaron. You can't replace them with high school kids.
bless you that
hmm
exponential talent. They'll go sign a JUCO dude. They'll go sign that D2 dude because they already got experience. So by the time you get to this pro level, you got to be on it. And I even think, even despite talent, like I don't care what any sport, you can have all the talent in the world. One, if you can't do the fundamental thing that is your job, and then two, if you ain't got a team around you, chances are you're not gonna have success. Your team ain't got to be the best team in the world, but you at least got to have complementary pieces around that player, so that player can one play to the best of their ability, and then two, so your team can play to the best of its ability and actually get somewhere. All those
yeah,
things coming together. Some of these franchises just ain't doing that. So no matter if you are using the G League properly as a pipeline to properly, to properly assess and get your players up to the right level, if you're not doing all those things in the right place, it don't matter how much talent you got. At the end of the game, your players have to have chemistry. If you ain't got no
hmm
chemistry, you ain't going nowhere.
and you're right on that one. If you ain't got no chemistry, ain't nothing happening. That's everything. When you look at the college game, like obviously like we spoke about with the JUCO situation, the college game has turned into almost like the pro game in terms of searching for guys who are developing really well. The one thing that you get from a guy who's going to JUCO basketball more so than you get from a guy coming out of high school going straight into college is straight into D1 level college, right? So it's into
Yeah.
the big leagues and whatnot. The difference between the two is there's a hunger factor. I don't know if you saw, but St. John's I think is on either Netflix or Vice Sports or
Oh yeah,
whatnot. They
yeah, I
do like
seen
a
that. Yeah,
documentary. And who's the coach? Is that Rick Pitino or
yeah, yeah.
he's
Oh, he
going
grilled that
all
boy.
his team.
Dig in and be a basketball player. Dig in. Every time you miss a shot, your game deflates. We don't care about your missed shots. Play defense. You guys keep blowing opportunity upon opportunity upon opportunity. You're like children with bad things happening. Instead of digging in and be tougher, you wilt. Where is your toughness? Where have you guys been raised that you're so weak mentally that you just give up when
Like yo, like what's going
Where
on
were
with
you
y'all, man?
raised that you so weak-minded?
The coaches are getting to that point where they're trying to figure out like what is going to make these players not just oh I play basketball. Nah, dude, you're doing a hobby. I coach and I know what real basketball looks like. And what you
To get
guys
on the
been
court and
doing
put on tape instead of
it,
putting on good tape.
exactly. It's a and that's why you go get a guy from the G League because not G League, but that's why you go get a guy from JUCO. You get a guy from JUCO, and he ends up having the hunger because again, he's already been overlooked. He ain't got no
Hmm.
choice at this point. And for him to even get looked at from a big time school, all he knows is I gotta grind and grow. Right? I'm not saying everybody from JUCO is going to continue to have that same
No,
mentality, but overall, that's what we're looking. That's what the league is looking for. They're looking for
I
balls.
seen it personally when I was at PSC. We had a kid. He got the PSC, played his year and a half, whatever. Got picked up by South Carolina. That next year, he was starting for South Carolina. Like, come on, man. Be
I
hungry.
think
Go
it's
spend, play your time.
be hungry. That is definitely the quote to get because at this point you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna find that too many from kids who are coming from the high school level anymore. Uh, they're
Oh no.
especially if you're really good at basketball. Like if you're really good at basketball, they see your face. They know you going somewhere, right? That farm system from honestly the high there this gives them almost like a buffer. If you go from high school and you say, "Hey, you got to go to this JUCO because you're not ready," you go to JUCO, go to college, and then from college it'd be like you solid, but still you got to spend at least a summer in the G League just to see you ain't no fluke, right? That's
Yeah.
the goal of the G League. That's the goal for the minor league is to make sure they ain't draft a fluke and give all this money to somebody
Hmm.
who ain't really like that and you go through all that, right? And then you get into the league for the root to truly show your talents. Even honestly, even if you go to battle rap, and it's weird I'm bringing them up, but they have
No,
the
there's
same thing.
levels.
They had a thing called the Proving Ground. And
Yeah.
if you go look at them videos, you be like, dog, I didn't even know he had to go to Proving Ground. And then you go and look at his new videos, you be like, dog, he done got so much better. He was lit. He was good in the Proving Ground, but now can't be touched. Can't be touched at
Like
all.
the MLB has like a proven case of this. This guy was just in the World Series last year. Aaron
Mm-hmm.
Judge. When
Mm-hmm.
he came to the MLB, he was a 25-year-old rookie. 25. That means he spent years in
Mm-hmm.
AAA, AA ball. That's fine. He gets to the league, he's one of the best hitters in the league. It doesn't matter. As long as you have the requisite talent, if you're willing to work on your craft, they gonna
Mm-hmm.
see you. Now you playing in the championship game.
That's the point of those.
Work
That's
on
the
your
point of those
craft.
leagues. That's the point of those leagues anyway.
It's the
Is for
whole
you to be
point of
able
them.
is to work on your game.